And we're live.
All right. G'day, everyone. Welcome back to the Snake Catchers podcast. I'm Brett, and I'm here, of course, with Dan, as always. Back with another catch-up episode. This is episode 19. We just did guest episode, episode 18 with, Justin Cowan, paramedic. So that was good to have a chat with him about sort of, all the ins and outs of snake bite from a medical professional's point of view, as opposed to us, I suppose. bit more sort of know-how, I suppose.
Well, luckily we can't talk about much on that front. So on the snake bite front, really.
No,
which is a good thing.
Luckily, So back with another catch-up episode. There's been sort of plenty going on since last time we caught up for a catch-up. It went a bit quiet there for probably a week, and then sort of picked up. Again towards the start of March. We're recording this on the 1st of March, but it's going out mid-March.
Yeah.
So, it's picked up again since
normally
sort of
normally
end of Feb.
Normally January is like a bit slower.
That's where the lull was last year,
but it wasn't really. This is kind of normal this year, and then it sort of start of middle of Feb. It sort of
lulled a bit. I suppose with sort of how late spring was, that makes a bit of sense. Being just a bit later.
But then, like, the hatchies seem to be on right on time, so...
Yeah, hatchie season has started, so, we're sort of, definitely now right in the thick of it at the time this goes out.
Yeah.
But, sort of mid to late Feb, it kicked off, which, like you said, pretty well right on time.
Yeah, we didn't know if it was going to be a bit later or not with the, like you said, late spring and
with
all
the
that
weather.
Sort of stuff.
But always hard to predict.
But then, I guess it's been warmish the last month, well, pretty much since the start of the year. It's been pretty warm right through, so the eggs would have been cooking nicely. I guess, so.
Absolutely. So hatchie season has kicked off, and haven't seen any media posts about fucking snakes everywhere and invading, and, which is typical of this sort of time of year. Just how the snake catchers fear mongering.
Yeah,
but that happens.
Yeah.
But we'll take it back sort of a couple of weeks now since we last caught up. I'll start off. The first one since last time was one for you. You sent me out to in Williston, and it was the snake in the bathtub, which was a first. I've had them in bathrooms before, but not in the bathtub.
Yeah, I think I've done one in the bathtub.
Yeah, okay. So they called you, obviously explained the situation. There was a snake in the bathtub. Your first sort of reaction was, can I get down the plug?
Yeah.
They're like, no, we've put the plug in, so that's all good. Like, oh, okay. And they said, did they say it was on the smaller size, or did they send you a photo or something? Or was...
I can't remember what they said. I think they just said to me, it's not small, but it's not big.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think I remember saying to them, I'll go around the meter, and you're like, they are, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I went out to that one, and sure enough, they shut the bathroom door, towel in front of it, did everything right, opened it up, and he was just sitting in the bathtub.
Easy.
So it was, again, a very, very easy one, because he was contained.
Yeah.
They did everything right. They put the plug in. They shut the door, put the towel across, and he just stayed in there. He was on the smaller size. He was, struggling to get traction up the bath, so not sure if he could have potentially got out or not.
If he got enough of a run up, if he got sick of it enough, he might have.
He might, but while I was there, like I got there and I got a video going in, and he was just sitting in the bathtub, and then I just sat there for 20 minutes and had a chat to the people.
Yeah.
While he was just sitting there, they were absolutely fine about it. They just again didn't want it in the bath.
Yeah.
In the bathroom.
Yeah.
We had a good chat for a while. Interesting to think how he possibly got in there, because there was sort of a bit of dirt, mud, sort of in the bottom of the bathtub. So they think he could have come up through the pipe.
Oh, yeah.
It was an older house, sort of out the back of that, Gawler area. So it was an older house. So they said he could have potentially got in through a pipe.
Right.
Just come straight up.
Yeah.
Which again would have sort of made sense with the bit of mud, dirt that just sat in the bottom of the bathtub.
Yeah.
And wasn't anywhere else in the bathroom or anything like that.
Yeah.
So could have come straight up through the pipe, which is an interesting one as well. But he was fine. I tried to do a no contact capture, and that just wasn't working in the bath because it was slippery as shit. And I couldn't get my hook underneath him, so I just ended up tailing him and just flicking him in the bag.
Yeah,
which was still nice and easy. He cooled down a fair bit.
Gonna say sitting on the bath, it would have been.
Yeah, he wasn't in too much of a hurry.
Nah.
To go anywhere.
He's probably kind of happy there. I can't remember if it was hot that day.
Was it? I don't think it was overly hot, but it wasn't cool. Like around 30 maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, that was an interesting one. It's the first one I've had in a bathtub. Again, I've had them in bathrooms before, but just on the tiles, not actually in the bathtub.
In the bath,
yeah, which was.
I think I'd done one in a bath that was in the bath, and then he sort of, when I got there, he was sort of on the ledge, under something on the ledge.
Okay. Bath, yeah, just sort of made his way out. But yeah, this fella wasn't going too far. He wasn't a big animal, probably 600-700.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, not huge. If he was any bigger, he probably could have got out if he wanted to, but it was a nice, easy one for I think it was an afternoon job, late arvo. So
it was like 4 or 5, I think. Something like
that. Good one to finish that day off with. Yeah. So yeah, what have you got?
First of all, do you want to turn that off?
Yeah. Every time.
I only just remembered halfway through you talk.
Every time.
You can't hear it. I mean, once I isolate it, you can still just sort of hear just enough to be annoying. But yeah, anyway.
It was just a pond pump I had to turn off. For anyone wondering.
I had our first cow off the rank would have been the first baby Eastern Brown of the season, which was in Roseworthy. They described it as being bigger than what it was. I'm like, okay, got there, and it was in between the screen door and there's a new house in between the screen door and the sliding door, the glass sliding door.
Yeah,
and they had both of them closed, so you really couldn't go anywhere. Couldn't go anywhere. Yeah, then as soon as I rocked up, I sort of realised, I'm like, oh, he's a freshie.
He wasn't he?
Yeah, he was
really fresh.
I didn't actually look to see if you could still see a bit of the umbilical. Sometimes you can see a bit of left residue there. You can sort of tell if they're really fresh. But what made me think later on it was really fresh was because about what day was that? That was Saturday or Sunday, and then it would have been that Friday after they rang me back and they had another one.
Yeah, it was only a few days later, wasn't it?
Yeah, had another one. So I'm like, yeah, there must have been a clutch nearby, and that one must have been quite fresh. For him to be a couple that close in the same spot. And the one after that was pretty much almost in the exact same spot, but not in the glass sliding door. They had, for some reason, there's nothing on the patio, and they just happened to have a cardboard box sitting in the corner, and it was just
under that.
Yeah.
Right.
And luckily they had the brick weep joint covers. Otherwise, he just
yes,
because that was in the corner too, and he would have just gone in there.
Yeah,
but luckily they had them, so managed to snag him. But that was probably been a while since we didn't do many hatchies last year because I think the heat,
hot and dry,
heat just buggered a lot of them,
cooked them.
But it's the first time in a while I've gone back to the same place for another hatchie sort of thing. Yeah, it doesn't happen too often.
And again, it's only going to happen in that first sort of few days after they hatch, while they're dispersing everywhere.
But the customers are really good too. They were originally from Downey, but they had been living up in might have been Mackay something up there, North Queensland.
Yeah,
so they were used to snakes anyway, but they said mainly up there they just get a lot of pythons and that sort of stuff,
tree snakes.
But yeah, he was the bloke there was actually pretty good.
Nice.
And actually half interested in it, and knew what the situation was and all that sort of stuff. So
it's always good when you get people like that.
Yeah, half understandable and all that sort of thing. But that was that one. So
yeah. Nah, like you said, it's not very often you go for a hatchling and then have to go back for another one a few days later.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I've done that.
I haven't.
The only other time I've done that is, I don't think I've actually done a residential one for that.
Yeah, okay.
It's always been
wineries or
like Wolf Blass or something normally get a few.
Yeah.
Because obviously there's a and the Faith, the school.
Ah, yes.
Did one there during the week too. And they normally get a few.
Yeah.
A couple in a row sort of thing. Which is weird because I sort of last season I removed a large snake from there. And I was thinking that was probably the culprit for laying the eggs near their school. But I sort of removed her. But then obviously last week went there and got a hatchie. So who knows?
Who knows? Yeah. More than one hanging around potentially.
Oh, I'd say so, especially there. They're like just surrounded by vineyard and a bit of scrub. So
yeah, they're just in the middle of nowhere. It's just the isolated thing, and the snakes are just drawn to that again for food, water, and shelter.
Yeah,
exactly. Basically. Second one I had since the last time we caught up was in Birdwood. It was an afternoon job. It wasn't a hot day. Again, around 30 probably, warmish. I was actually had someone up here doing some training.
Yeah.
At the time, who's going to eventually go for his catching permit.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh yeah, this might be a good one to start off on.
Yeah.
It like when she rang me, she said, oh yeah, it was hanging around the house, just sort of along the front. They've got an alcove window type thingy, so I was just going up there. She said it was small, but not a young one.
Yeah.
Something, okay. Well, under a meter? She said, yeah, under a meter, maybe 600-700. Like, okay. Fun sized. And again, it was a warm day in the front yard. So I said, oh, he might just move on if you want to leave it, sort of thing.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I'll give you a call back in 5 minutes and we'll confirm. Like, no worries. They gave me a call back. They actually did.
Yeah.
Unlike a lot of people that say that. And she said, oh, he's just gone into the front garden. Do you mind coming out and just having a look? I'm like, yeah, no worries. That's all right. You obviously say, he might take off before I get there. This sort of thing. And she's like, no, that's fine. Just peace of mind sort of thing, more than anything. So we went out to that one, pulled up to this house, and it's one of the cleanest front yards I've ever seen. There's just not much going on. All the bushes, like rose bushes, and they're off the ground. So there's not much ground cover. The only ground cover is one sort of carpet bush thing just in the corner near the driveway.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, he went into there. I've seen him poke his head out 4 or 5 times. It's probably been about 5 minutes since I've seen him. Okay. He hopefully might still actually be in there. And we walked over to it. And as we walked over to it, I stood over the top of it. I could hear him going through it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, sweet. This might actually end in a catch. How good.
Yeah.
So I said to the bloke I was training, again, it probably didn't matter which way we sort of flushed him out to come out because it was quite an open sort of area.
Yeah.
But I said, look, if we flush him up towards the house, he can go into the little alcove bit where the front door is and you can either flick him in the bag or hook him or whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
So we started flushing him out and he literally did exactly what I thought he would. He went straight up there, got himself in the corner. Bloke I was training went around and sort of set up, hoping the snake was going to go sort of just along the wall and he could just flick him in the bag and be job done.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. That didn't happen.
Oh, really?
No, who would have thought? So if it's like a little corner alcove like that, he went into the corner there. We were hoping he'd go along that wall. Bloke went here to anticipate that. I went here to try and sort of block him going back into the garden. He comes straight towards me, of course.
Chasing me.
Yeah. But funny, I stepped out of the way. He kept going. Who would have thought? Came straight towards me because he saw the open space. I stepped out the way. He kept going into the garden, and I basically just had to grab him.
Yeah.
It was one of those things because he was a smaller size as well. If it had got traction on the bloody grass, he would have just taken off.
Yeah.
So as I stepped out of the way, he went past, and I just had to grab him.
Yeah.
And get him in the bag. Once I had a hold of him, he wasn't too bad, but he came flying out the bush when we first sort of flushed him out.
Noise, yeah.
Yeah, and like when he went into that little alcove area, he was pretty sort of wiry. But once I had a hold of him, he was all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, in a situation like that, you can't really just let it keep going, sort of thing.
No, that's that happened a few times with me and Will.
Yeah,
Like when I was training him, sometimes I just had to
had to do it.
Literally just goes over your feet, and you're like, oh, I kind of have to.
He's there. I've got to grab him.
Yeah,
like yeah. And again, while it was like an open front yard sort of thing, in a situation like that, if you have the opportunity to grab it yourself, you just grab it.
Like, I mean, at the end of the day, it's you're there to do a job too, so you got to make sure you get that done over potentially training someone.
That's it. So I had to grab it, got him in the bag. That's all good. We went to release, and he had a bit of a play with it as we released it. But he did say to me after, like, the size of it as well, like, if it was somewhere he could have tailed it, he probably would have tried to. But he said to me, if it was in a position, he probably would have just tried to flick it in the bag.
Yeah.
Which again, it potentially could have been in that situation, in that little alcove. It was nice and open. He could have just put the bag down, and as it was moving, he could have just flicked it into the bag.
Yeah.
Which again, fine. It would have been his first call out for a wild snake. So
yeah,
whatever he would have felt comfortable doing.
What a better size to start on.
Yeah. Fucking. But again, he had a little play with it. As we released, and it sort of threw a few coils, and he's like, oh, okay, that's I know. So yeah, he's still got a bit of hands-on experience with a wild one, just not the capture, unfortunately. Yeah. So can't record that one down.
No.
Most people probably would. But no, but there'll be plenty more opportunity. But he's really good. This bloke, he was.
Where's he based?
Down south, unfortunately.
Oh, bugger.
Yeah, I would have fucking had him working for me if he was up in the hills.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was on the last course.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, he's pretty good, pretty switched on. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's done other courses before as well, and had experience with snakes in the past. So
a little bit of natural ability helps.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, that was a good one to get, again, from a situation that, you probably don't expect to get one if you just, can you just come out and make sure sort of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in a front yard, it's probably going to bugger off, but yeah, we'll come out and see.
Yeah.
And sure enough, he's there. How good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that was a good one to get as well.
I think that's like also going back to like the charging a fee and that sort of thing. How people, the keyboard warriors going about, you just want to go out there just for money and that sort of thing. But we've said it before, but like the options we give people, like in situations like that, the likelihood of getting it isn't great. So then, like, you do tell the customer, then it's like it's their decision.
Yeah,
they know what the call out fee is. We explain the situation to them. If they want to get us out, then that's
up to them.
That's their choice.
Yeah.
It's not like you're just like, we have to come out. We have,
we have to protect you. You are unsafe. We have to come out.
Oh, it's not here anymore.
That's a shame. Give me my money.
Yeah, exactly. That's literally how people think.
No, we will give them the option. And a lot of the time in a front yard, in a situation like that,
it's probably not going to be there.
It's probably not going to be there. But again, it's just sometimes they will just go into a bush and just sit there like this. I got there, the bush was in direct sunlight. Yeah, it's not thick. Like, he can go under it, but it's not thick. He would have been warm.
Yeah,
he was warm the way he came flying out, but it's just not what you'd sort of expect to happen.
Yeah,
when he has been moving around, he goes in there and then just sits there for half an hour until I get there.
Yeah, it's almost like red-bellied characteristic.
Yeah,
sort of thing.
Yeah, it's unusual, but again, we always give the people that opportunity, particularly when they lose sight of of it as well.
Yeah.
Like, I saw him moving around, he's in the front yard, I've lost sight of him. So, okay, again, we can come out if you want us to, but he probably moved on. Just keep an eye out. If you see him again, give us a buzz and we can come out if you want us to. A lot of people will go with that. But again, it does go the other way. Can you just come out and make sure?
Yeah.
Just peace of mind for some people as well.
Yeah, exactly. The next one was I think it was the same day. It might have been the day after. The babies. Had a little juvie in a ooh, a little juvenile in a swimming pool in Freeling. It would have been probably
Oh yes, sorry, yeah,
400 or 500 long, something like that.
yeah. Again, another fun sized one.
Yeah, I mean, like easy-ish. I tried to. It's always hard. Like you'd like to. When I got there, he's obviously still in the pool. Apparently, it had a crack to get out, but he couldn't quite get out.
Just that bit small of a side to try and get up.
And yeah, got there and he was just cruising around the edge, and I actually like, oh, I'll see if I can do self capture, but like obviously your bag gets wet, and I sort of tried keeping most of the bag out of the pool and just dipping the corner in. And I couldn't get up against the back edge of the pool under the lip, so he just kept on going around it. Yeah. So I'm like, I had to eventually just tail him. It was fine. He'd like cooled off in the pool anyway.
That's it. Like a lot of the time they will just cool off after being in there for a little bit as well.
Yeah, that was a bit of a weird one. That was like literally in the middle of that estate in Freeling.
Yeah,
it was like right in the middle of it all too. So he obviously snuck through and found a bit of food along the way or something like that. Yeah, right. That was a hot-ish day. I think that might have been a bit over 30 that day.
Yeah, another warm one.
But yeah, the news managed to flog that one too. But
at least they credited you.
Took it from my story.
Oh, they took it from your story?
Yeah, I didn't even posted it yet.
Fucking grubs.
I think, yeah, because Poppy messaged me. She's like, oh,
yes, you told me that, yeah.
So she's like, oh, Channel 7 really do love you. I'm like, yeah, I know. And then I'm like, oh, well, I'm like, what now? And then, I'm like, oh, that's weird, because I thought...
Yeah, taking it from the story is weird.
When she first said it, I thought it might have been like the dishwasher one from Blanchetown or something.
Did they use that one? They didn't take that one.
No, they didn't. But I thought that's what she was talking about. And they're like, nah, the swimming pool. I'm like, well, I only put that on my story. So obviously, someone's watching that.
I don't know if they're listening to this.
Yeah, or that. But yeah, that was that they credited me for it at least.
Yeah, at least they credited you this time.
They actually, in the description, put my business name and everything. So I think they got the picture. I don't really give a shit if they do that. Like, if they take it and put credit on there, I couldn't give two shits anyway. It's just if they say
something,
without. If they don't say my business name, then they get annoyed.
Say something out of context as well.
Oh, that too, yeah.
Yeah.
Which they didn't, so they might have been getting the picture, but you never know with them.
Yeah, it can go either way.
Oh, it's like we said before, and I heard someone else talk about it the other day, because mainstream media is so like irrelative these days. Like, no one really watches it, so like, every headline they get has to be something that gets people's attention.
Yeah.
Same with snakes. Same with every other thing. Everything that has. It can't just be like a general story. It has to be like big red flashing lights. Just to get people to look at it.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
And again, the weather for this weekend.
Yeah.
We're recording this on the first of March, and this weekend
supposed to get 200 mil of rain or something stupid.
Something stupid like that. Again, some parts did.
Yeah, but
not the Adelaide area, but they were going on like it was, going to be a huge flood and
big
all this
monsoon
stuff.
Yeah.
We probably got 10 mil here.
Yeah, we got 10 mil yesterday.
Yeah. There's been nothing today.
Today was supposed to be the worst. I mean, it might come later, but it's supposed to be, my forecast said like 10 to 50. No, sorry, it started at 10, went from 15 to 70 the other day to like,
and then it was down
to 10 to 60 and before. It might have been 10 to 40.
Yeah. But
anyway.
Yeah, like you said, they just need a headline. They need to grab people's attention.
And that's no different. Like when it comes to snakes, they don't really look at it as a snake story. It's just another story with like a headline they need.
Yeah,
sort of
with the headline
to get people to keep watching them.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Because again, people can get their news from fucking anywhere else.
Yeah. A lot quicker than just waiting for the 6 o'clock news.
Yeah, literally.
Just on the same day I just got back, and this bloke rang me around the corner from me. He's like, I've got I've got a hatchie or baby Eastern Brown.
Oh, I know the one.
I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, is it contained? And he's like, yeah, I got it in a jar. I'm like, okay.
What?
I'm like, in a way, I'm like, well, at least I know it's contained. So I went around there and he just walked at his front door with a hatch Eastern Brown in a jar for me. So,
that's a first.
Yeah, sort of gave him a bit of a chat and all that, but I think he might have sort of dealt with him a little bit before. I mean, he got it. I didn't have a go at him or anything. I'm like, we got it in there safe. He didn't want to hurt it, so
that's
it's only like obviously. I sort of said when I posted about it, I'm like, you obviously don't do that. But if anything, like it's the only time we ever say to like for any interaction with a snake is if it's a fresh baby, just to put something over
the top of it.
which is like the only size you can sort of safely do that.
You wouldn't want to try doing that with a fucking meter long.
Nah,
it wouldn't. It'd bugger off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that was interesting. That was the same day as that pool one.
Yeah.
Got a Eastern Brown in a jar, so
again different.
Forgot to drop his jar back too. I might drop the jar back, and then I forgot. So sorry, buddy.
He's probably very disappointed he hasn't got his jar back.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, that was that one on the same day. So
nice.
That was another hatchie. I think I've done.
You've done a few. You've done a few now.
I think I've done 5 or 6 hatchies.
I've only done 2, I think, so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still, I'm probably almost up to what we did last. Literally did bugger all hatchies last year. So
I didn't do many last year either, but again,
I might have done half a dozen.
The weather.
Time. Yeah.
It's definitely sort of seeming like it might be busier for hatchies already this year, going into March.
Yeah, I think so. It already has been, really. Yeah. So
it will be interesting after all this storm activity and the bit of rain we have had to see what
happens.
That does with activity.
Yeah.
As well, whether they'll sort of come out, and be out and about more. But I mean,
come out and influx everywhere and scare everyone.
Yeah, scare everyone. Yeah. Yeah, because that's what they do. But on that, I've had a couple of hatchlings. One of them was sort of a typical situation we see a lot this time of year. I think I sent a photo to you, of a cat that had got one and brought it inside.
Yeah.
We do, see that a fair bit with hatchies because they are just out and about. They're not like the adults. They're not as secretive.
Clued in.
So, they're trying to figure themselves out, figure out what the fuck the world is and where they fit into it. Yeah. Basically.
Trying to find a food source.
Trying to find food, trying to find shelter, with fucking everything else that's going on around them. Yeah. And like we've said in multiple posts, that majority of them won't make it to adulthood. Yeah. They'll just get taken up, well, in the food chain and by other means like cats and dogs, that sort of stuff. Yeah. But yeah, this one, cat was seen playing with it inside, and I went out and got it, but it was dead when I got there, unfortunately, which again, typical for a cat to be playing with something that size. But it was like really fresh again, so it would have only been no more than a week old, right? Probably. Property was in the middle of pretty bare paddocks, and there was a bit going on in the property. Like there was a house, there was a few sheds, like sheep yards and all this sort of stuff. So
probably a clutch nearby.
Yeah, I'd say so. There wasn't too much scrub around. There was a bit, maybe a few 100 meters away. Yeah, but I'd say if there was a clutch, it would have been around that sort of shed area somewhere, and then they would have just dispersed from there. So I said to the people, look, you might see another one, you might not, depending on how long ago they hatched, dispersed, that sort of stuff. But this was just on the other side of Gawler. It was actually family friends out there.
This side or the other side?
Other side.
I was going to say when you were saying bear paddock.
Yeah, just on the other side. And it was actually family friends. And they said they see shitloads of sandies out there.
Yeah, so that's out that side.
Yeah, like sandies will be picking them off. Birds will be picking them off. Bloody bearded dragon would eat one.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And then obviously the cats and everything.
The friendly neighborhood cats.
Yes, the friendly neighborhood cats. The damage they do. But again, topic for another day. Yeah. So that is something we see as well a fair bit. Hatchies that are either being played with by cats or being killed by cats or just been rounded up by something. But and
easy targets at that size.
Oh, so. Absolutely they are. And again, they're just trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
With the world. So they are more vulnerable, I suppose.
And they got to go through so much just to get to that sort of metery sort of length, don't they?
Like, so much.
So like when you do see a large one, you're like, yeah, imagine what he's been through.
Some shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And again, like down here in particular, our eastern brown snakes don't get big.
Nah.
Like a meter's average.
Yeah. Like literally. Yeah.
A meter's average. And I'd love to know how long it takes them to actually get to that size. Because there's only 6 months of the year they're active and eating.
Yeah.
Pretty well. The rest of the time, too cold.
Well, that's
underground.
Yeah. Or even it's obviously like DNA too, because like with my captive stuff, I got that SA Eastern Brown who I've had for a few years and just been feeding normally, and he's grown a bit, but not heaps.
That's like, is that the same one as the clutch from mine? Or is that a different one?
Nah, different one.
Different one.
The bigger one that I got.
Yeah.
Well, bigger one. He's probably like 1,200 or something like that.
Yeah.
But then I got 2 Queensland Eastern Browns who I've had for half as long, and they're almost bigger already.
Yeah.
And I've been feeding them all like the same.
Yeah.
And like even like the Queensland's just got like a bigger, like you just notice the heads like
they're just nice,
just a bit bigger.
Yeah.
So like it's obviously, I think they're sort of half proven that there's something DNA going on there too.
Yeah.
Which would make sense.
Yeah. I still would like to know how long it would take for a meter long brown snake down here to get to that size.
Oh yeah.
It'd be very interesting to know.
It would chop and change so much though too, because it depends how much. That's what when people say like how old's a snake. Well, it depends how much it's eaten every season.
Unless you know when it hatched.
Yeah. But even yeah.
Like again, like weather every season is always different.
So
food source, like up, down. Like we have mice plagues every now and then.
Yeah.
Some years we don't have bloody any.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, there's so many factors. But it would be cool to know. It'd be nice to know like some of those big ones we actually do get how old they are.
Yeah.
Like that big one I got.
Oh, he would have been 15 plus.
Yeah, surely. That was a big snake.
Yeah.
Like, he would have been eating rats and all sorts.
That's the other thing, like where they are big ones like that. If he just was in a good paddock sort of thing, and he might not have been like, I don't know, he might not have been old. He just might have been in a good paddock too,
in a good
condition
paddock.
Where he didn't have his life threatened every day, sort of thing. Like that would probably play like a lot into it, like the stress of like
absolutely
things trying to get you all the time. Like it's like that with humans. When you're under stress, you like lose weight and that sort of shit. So it's probably like who knows? Be a bit of a rabbit hole going down that.
No, absolutely. But no, back to another call out.
Yeah. Anyway, I had one in Gawler, which I went to because I've been doing a bit of stuff in Lindok lately. So
you didn't send me to.
Yeah, managed to sneak it. Oh, I missed another one actually that I want to talk about.
You keep reminding of them as we talk about them.
Yeah.
See, I write all mine down.
Yeah, well, I do, but I just don't bring it with. Yeah, this one was in Gawler East and stuck in bird netting. So I think it was the first proper bird netting one I've had. The last one I had was like a yabby net, which didn't really count.
Oh, yes. That's the one that Will did, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yabby net, yeah.
But yeah, this one was like pretty bad. It was nothing around his head, but it was just like probably like 200 mil down from his head. And it was just like all tight in one spot.
Yeah.
So to a guy, I need to get some better scissors. My scissors are alright if it's just.
I know I need some better ones.
Yeah, I always say it, and I keep forgetting, but so I really had to it took probably 10, 15 minutes to get him out because I just had to keep working at it. Because it was so like confined in one spot and tight. It was hard.
Yeah.
But after all that, he was not too bad. The swelling wasn't. I think he might have had a bit of swelling around his throat, and then by the time I'd sort of released it a bit, then got all the stuff off and from around, so I could put him in the bag, and it had already gone down.
That's all right.
So like he really had no sort of injury from it, from what I could see anyway. So he was pretty happy. He was also. It was a warmish day, but he was in the shade and it was overcast at the time.
I was going to say that was that overcast day, wasn't it? A humid one.
Yeah.
Yeah. A bit like today.
Yeah. So that would have saved him.
Yeah.
And he was pretty lively. Like just feeling moving around in my hand a fair bit. But yeah.
Again, if it was in the sun, it would have cooked.
Yeah, he would have. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was first netting one for a while, so that was interesting.
I haven't had a netting one for ages. Well, one this season I've had.
Yeah.
That was that golf course one.
Oh, that's right. That was at the start, wasn't it?
Driving range netting. Yeah, that was like late September.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that was really early. And there hasn't been anything since then, which is unusual.
Yeah. Had one. This one isn't as exciting. I'll just quickly talk about it, but it's pretty much almost in the same, just up the road from where that one was.
Yeah.
At the celebrations in Springview.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
This is weird because the day, it wasn't the same day, but the day I did do that one in the netting, I drove back past there and I remembered. I'm like, oh, I remember like 2 years ago, like you were with me.
Yeah, because that's when I was training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And drove past there. I'm like, I remember that. Like, and like, there's a little hatchy there, and got it from inside the store or whatever. And
it was in a carton.
Yeah, that's right. And then, sure enough, next day,
you get another one.
Yeah, you call up. I'm like, oh, I'm just calling from celebrations in Springview. Got a hatchie out the front, or a baby snake out the front. I'm like, that's weird. Like literally just said that's
manifested its existence.
It's weird. Like sometimes it has happened. It's happened more than once. Where you like drive past somewhere or you think about something, and then all of a sudden it happens.
Nah, you just planted snakes around the place.
Yeah, just right at the front door of a bloody bottle.
There must be a nice pair of Eastern Browns there living in some good paddock and breeding.
Yeah, it would be obviously somewhere there.
Because that was a few years ago that we did the first one, wasn't it? Yeah.
And they do get a few through there.
That area, just all the fucking development and shit, stirring them up.
Yeah. I took a video on the way back, from releasing I think the netting one, and like driving back up from one of our spots there.
Yeah.
Just took a video of like all the machinery.
Oh,
just clearing. I mean, it's sort of like it. Yeah, they're sort of clearing paddock too. Just like, I don't really care too much if it's paddock, but then at the same time, it sort of gets closer to where like there is a more vegetation,
the river and stuff like that. It
pushes closer to that, which means people are going to start seeing them more because they're getting closer to that sort of area where they normally stick to. But yeah, that
and because they're good spots to go because they are still out.
Yeah, but they won't be.
They won't be out soon. Yeah, no.
But yeah, that'll be. That was a good one. Or an easy one. Wasn't there for very long. He was just they put a box over him and
easy
grabbed him with the bag and
away you go.
Took him away.
Yeah, nice. That's all right. You wanna? Yeah. Our guest is coming in.
After all that, just check the
after all that, yeah. But like you said, the habitat around there is just getting less and less, particularly for release spots.
Yeah,
our Gawler.
Yeah.
Like, particularly on that side, it's a bit ridiculous now. But speaking of Gawler, I had another one out there that you sent me to. The one behind the water tank.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. This was a fuck around of a job. This one was.
I wasn't expecting because that was last Sunday, I think, when it was like
it was
20s and cloudy and crap.
Yeah. And they called you and they said they'd seen it moving and then went under the water tank or something like that. I think.
Yeah,
you thought it was out.
I thought it was like a poly tank sitting on the ground.
Yeah,
saying he lifted it up and it was under there, sort of thing.
Yeah. So yeah, you sent me out there. I got out there, and it wasn't that. It was a very tight alleyway, probably no more than a meter wide. The alleyway, anyway. Shed wall, perimeter fence, all colour bonds, solid.
Yeah.
And then the tank was one of those wall tanks along the shed wall.
Yeah.
It was probably 500 wide. So there was a 500 wide tank. The meter gap was then 500 going past the tank. And this snake had gone underneath and was behind that. And then the tank was bolted to the shed.
Right.
As well. So he'd gone under that. It was a weird one because there was sort of gaps up the back of the tank, like little ones like that I could look down to see. So I looked under it. I couldn't really look under it because I had to lay on my belly looking under this thing, and the area just didn't allow for it. So I was looking under this thing, and I was looking in those gaps, and he was probably halfway up at that point, just in one of these gaps. Just sitting there, okay, cool, he's there.
At least you know he's there.
Yeah, he was there. And the other thing was he wasn't he couldn't go anywhere else. Either. So it was literally just a matter of
getting to him.
Yeah. But we got a hose down, not to flush him, but so I could literally just feed it in and just sort of give him a little poke.
Yeah.
And hopefully come sort of straight down the end.
Yeah.
That's the idea in my head. Anyway, it didn't happen.
Shock.
He could get so those gaps, and then it was flat, like where the shed was. It was just enough he could get through.
Yeah.
So he could literally go down and then all the way up. The tank was probably 2 meters high.
Yeah.
And so literally I was poking him halfway. I'd look, he'd be right at the top.
Yeah.
Go in, poke there, he'd drop right to the bottom. And he just would not go to either end. So I was literally just doing that for half an hour, trying to get him to go to an end. And eventually he went sort of towards the carport end where the side gate is where I came in.
Yeah.
I got my little hook, which was just a coat hanger, out to try and hook a coil. Bloody head comes out, so I can't grab him. He's just looking at me like that with his tail still back in the gap. Yeah. And he just slowly retracts himself back in. He's like, nah, fuck you. I'm staying in here. So I couldn't get him out. And that was about half an hour in. And by that point, he was obviously wearing himself out.
Yeah.
As I was as well. And it was probably about 40 minutes, another 10 minutes of sort of trying to manipulate to get him out. He literally just went right to the bottom and just wedged himself in the tightest possible spot he could.
Yeah.
And he's just like, nah, fuck off, leave me alone. I'm just gonna sit here.
Yeah.
And I literally could not get to him with anything from there. So what we ended up doing, we unbolted the tank from the shed so we could get a little bit of lean just so he'd drop out and hopefully go back under. I've sent you the photos, haven't I?
Yeah.
So you've seen the area that we were working in.
Yeah. Not ideal.
Not ideal. So we're in this gap. I've got the tank sort of in front of me. I'm right on the fence line. I've got the homeowner behind me holding the tank, leaning it so this snake drops out. I've got to try and either hook the snake out to try and tail him or just get him to go that way so he doesn't come back towards us, because I can't do anything if he does. Like, there's literally no room to move. So I'm between the fence and like sort of under this tank at one point. The bloke's holding the tank up and he's like, what happens if it comes near me? I'm just not going to. You just keep doing what you're doing. Try not to crush me or the snake with the tank.
Yeah.
But he was very good about it and sort of doing what I needed him to do, because the bottom of the tank was quite sort of flat.
Yeah.
And it, like, on the different angles, it allowed the gap.
Yeah.
So we moved it. I was sort of sitting under it. The snake dropped down. He sort of popped his tail out. I was able to grab the tail, but like couldn't quite get him out. So I just drop the tank down a bit, and that just gave that little bit extra gap, and I was able to fucking get him out.
Yeah.
And then I just dropped the tank, and he fucking dropped it and then backed off a bit, and then I had to get out this bloody alleyway.
Yeah.
So it was an interesting one. All up, I was probably there for an hour.
Yeah.
Doing that.
It's still not too bad considering
it's
the situation.
Considering the situation is not terrible, and again, he couldn't go anywhere. It was literally just a matter of trying to manipulate him to come out.
Yeah.
It was just
the amount of times it's just that though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, yeah. But it was, again, the alleyway was no wider than a meter. I was going, like, kneeling on the bloody concrete. My knees were buggered, going, like, I had to lay on my belly to look under it.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't just lean over. I had to get right down. It was an interesting one. But we got him.
That's the main thing.
We got him. I actually thought when I got him out, because he had an old injury towards his tail, I'm like, oh shit, I can crush him a little bit. But like, looking from the top, it was an old scabbed over injury.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, that's fine. That's an old one. So
yeah, don't worry about that.
We managed to get him out without crushing him or me or anything else. So
all's well that ends well.
All's well that ends well. Yeah, it was an interesting one. But yeah, a couple more from you.
Yeah. finished with a couple reds, I guess.
Always nice.
It was you doing that last season.
It was. I haven't had anywhere near as many reds this season.
Then I've almost caught more than you.
You probably have. I need to have a look.
First one was red-bellied in Williamstown, which I was in Lindocks. So I went to that one.
Again, you would have said.
Yeah, little. Wasn't quite a freshie. Almost was. He might have been last.
It was a small one, wasn't it?
Small though.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was under. The lady said it was under something, and then got there and knocked on the door. And I could just hear her screaming. Then I went around and he'd gone from under what he was under. He's just going along the back of the house.
Yeah. Okay.
So then I was and he was like, if I was 10 seconds later, he probably would have gone down the drain thing that was there.
Oh, just one of those.
So I just got it. I just got there just in time, and then just being little, I just put the bag there and flicked him in.
Yep.
And then where that was, the creek that sort of runs through the near there wasn't too far away at all.
That's
away from the houses, but it was like sort of easy to get to, so it was like easy sort of catch and release.
It's not too bad in Williamstown, is it?
Not really.
The reds.
Problem is that nice creek goes right through the middle of it.
Yeah.
And they live in there and they come up, and then you feel like you got to go out a little bit to
release them.
Yeah. But still have a few spots you can go to, which isn't too bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a bit of anticlimactic, I guess. It wasn't.
At least you got him.
Yeah. And then the last one was another red-bellied in Flaxlands Valley, which they were on property, but this thing had been just sort of hanging around and just sort of sitting in one spot, and it wasn't really doing much.
Yeah,
they're like, these guys were vets. They're both vets. They sort of knew what the go was with them, and I sort of gave them a few options, and eventually they're just like, oh, can you just come out and just at least take it back down to the creek? Essentially is what it was.
Yeah.
Just take it back away from the house. So got there, and it's funny, like he was typical, like he was sitting out in the open the whole time it took me to get there. And then the time it was, even when I got there, like the bloke could see him, and he turned around to say hello to me and looked back and he was gone.
Oh, of course.
And I'm like, of course. But he's like, no, it's a big shouldn't have gone too far. And then I walked up to where he saw him, and then I could hear like rustling under the pump that like right next to it was like a cover over the rainwater pump.
Yeah.
And I could hear the leaves moving in there. I'm like, oh, he's under there.
He's under there.
Well, I just said that's just red-belly stuff going under there. And then so that was pretty quick, and he pulled that off and went to make a bolt for it, but then got him. And that's always a nice one where it's sort of where they were. We could just go like literally on. Is released him like out of the driveway pretty much. Pretty much. Like their driveway was probably 500 meters long.
Yeah.
And then I went like back to the start gate sort of thing, and there's a creek that ran through.
Oh,
so it took him like took him a distance away from the house, but like just literally still on their driveway. Just went down to the creek and let him go there, and that
nice and easy. Yeah.
And I was happy with that.
Yeah.
That was a perfect situation. It's always
reds.
it is always reds. And like, the fact that just that when I got there he disappeared, just like the amount of times that happens.
Oh, literally, like you get there 10 seconds later or earlier, and it's either way.
Yeah.
Like, they can disappear pretty quick.
Yeah.
And again, like you said, took your eyes off it for a couple of seconds and it's gone.
And
like,
I mean, and if that was a brown, it would have been gone.
They would have taken off. He wouldn't have gone under. He wouldn't have sat there. Probably.
Nah, he wouldn't have. Nah.
So he would have taken off. But reds are sort of again typical for doing that.
Yeah.
I remember doing one earlier in the season where I got there, had a good look around, couldn't find anything, and then I was literally just chatting to the people, and I could hear it behind me come out from wherever it was and just going through the leaf litter.
Yeah.
And I was talking to him like this, and I could hear it, and they could see my mind ticking over. I just went like that for a sec, and then I walk over, and he's just coming out from under his rock. There he is, nice and easy.
Yeah,
but typical of reds.
It is,
isn't it?
Get into some situations.
Yeah.
So I think wrap it up there.
No worries. No, good catch up. It's been a while since we did the last one, and. Yeah, we'll probably be halfway through March by the time we do the next one as well.
I think so.
I'd say. This one will go out mid-March.
Yeah.
That's probably when we'll do the next catch-up as well.
Yeah.
Probably. But yeah, no, been a few. Like we said, hatchie season is sort of now, so there'll probably be a few hatchy stories in the next catch up as well.
Yeah, I think so.
Depending on what the weather does. But yeah, we'll leave it there. So thanks for listening, everyone. Make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, we will see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.